Hey, what's going on? Um, I would actually say subscribe to the channel, but for the people with this channel, I made a channel, Life with Fizz, as you can tell, which it will be for this channel, but I have another channel, Snapcracklefizzle, and I'll post the link down below. It's all one word, but I'm just gonna use this channel, Snapcracklefizzle, as my main channel, and there's really no reason for that other than the mere fact that I have more subscribers on that page. That's basically it. And also I have a lot of content on that page too, and it was probably over like the last year, because that's when I started doing videos and stuff, was the beginning of last year. So it's 2020 August, and I started doing it last year at the beginning 2019 January is when I started basically doing videos, and I almost shot a video almost every day. Now, you don't need to watch every video. I don't even want to watch some of the videos. I shot them, so I know what I basically said. But I'm just saying, I'm not gonna do all I'm just gonna probably put all my videos on that channel. Now, the reason for Snapcracklefizzle originally, sorry, that fly made me like not stutter, but I guess that's a stutter, but I almost slurred the word, slurring more so. And I kind of want to walk too, I guess, when I say this. But I made it for music originally, and then someone suggested that I separate my music and put it on, do something else with the videos, and which I did, which I made Life with Fizz. And there's other things along with that, whereas I didn't want to eat raw foods and have all this. I just didn't want people to be demised on my music or feel some type of way and judge me for maybe eating. Not that I really cared, but I feel like it was going to throw people off, if that makes sense, which it definitely does. But I come to the conclusion and stuff, I don't know, it's just, I necessarily not going to do music anymore, basically. And that's like a heartfelt decision, I guess, a long-term decision. Who knows, maybe I will do music again. But the fact is, I've always wanted to do music since I was 12, and I've spent immense amount of time. In fact, my last couple years of my life, I spent a lot of time on music, a lot of time. So that's just it, basically. And I don't know if I'll ever go back to music and stuff, but a lot of things happen over the years, and yeah, with my symptoms and stuff. Well, not symptoms, but so-called disease, I guess. With all my stuff, my adrenals basically got busted, the vegan diet, and other things, though. There's other things amongst those lines. I feel like it would be easier to walk backwards. But other things such as I don't drink anymore, and I don't really smoke weed anymore or do drugs anymore. Now, I'm not against any of this stuff. If anything, I'm a promoter of it for the most part. I mean, obviously, like, I'm not going to be a promoter of me actually doing it, but I don't like despise people for doing it. And everybody's going to go through their own cycles and do their own things. I got like a big spider web on me, because that's all there is spider webs, because no one even comes in the woods anymore around here. So it's so freaking big. And for the most part, that's it. And I just wanted to make the divide on the channel, like, hey, this is just going to be for music, because it was harder to find the music with all the other stuff. And it's not that it's just like I stopped listening to music. I like the sounds of nature. I actually said this in one of the videos. I don't know which one, but I said this in one of the videos, like, I don't, I don't necessarily like listening to music anymore. It's not, I mean, I like raw and acoustic music, live music, that's fine. But like when I'm going out in the woods and doing stuff like, I don't know, who knows? Nothing I ever say is ever I say is going to be set in stone. And I don't want to make this video too long. I just want to say I'm probably going to be the whole point of this video is to go to my other page if you actually want to follow me, because I'm probably not going to be releasing stuff on this page, and it's probably going to be all on the other page. Yeah, and it's just like, I never wanted to be just one thing, just like it was never just a musician. I actually wanted to do music. I could talk about a lot of things forever, but I wanted to do music, get a bunch of money, and travel the world. I always wanted to travel the world, actually. That was my number one thing. Yeah, and I haven't done that yet because I've been so focused on music to get a bunch of money, so where I wouldn't have to necessarily do a slave job all the time. That's basically, because when I was 16, I've had jobs and I didn't like them right away. I didn't like them as soon as I knew I felt some type of slavery. This wasn't a logic thing I thought about. This was something I felt. And when I was 16, when I had jobs and when I was doing these one specifically, I realized I don't want to do this. Plus, music was kind of like a premonition and calling. But over the last couple years and all the stuff that happened to me, I just, I feel like music's kind of like a party scene. I understand there's different types of music and a bunch of different things. And while that's all true, there's more aspects to it that I'm not going to get into. And it's another thing is sitting inside when you do music. A lot of musicians actually, are in a box. They're in a studio, and especially when you produce beats and make beats or playing an instrument, you're not running around playing an instrument, and let alone you're most likely going to be sitting. Now, I'm a person that's been very active over the last all my life. I love hands-on stuff. I love moving around. I always loved moving around. Like, I love being outside, and I'd never like sitting down. And it just so happens to be when you do music and when you make beats and stuff like that, I actually wasn't even going to make beats necessarily. But someone kind of put it on me. I did want to make beats, but like produce beats and rhythms, basically instrumentals. But the thing was, it's just, I've done it for a long time and it really frustrated me. Another thing is, I don't really like technology. Not that I have nothing against it, and not that I don't use some technology, nothing like that, because obviously I am right here. But technology never attracted me. And the only reason I even really got into like YouTube and stuff like that is because I got really sick and I couldn't do anything else, and I kind of like stared at the screen all the time. And I'm just a person that likes to move around, and dancing, you do move around and stuff, but as contrary as you think, like, to me, I don't think music is that active. To me, it's just to me. And I don't feel like you move around enough. And I feel like you're sitting down, you're always indoors in electronic stuff. And then you get into like a party scene. I feel like music's a lot of party scene. I have nothing against that, but it just doesn't really benefit me anymore. And I don't really do that anymore. It was kind of like when I was younger. But that had nothing to do with necessarily the music. That's kind of like an aspect, like I just told you. And it's not the end of the world. And I'm not saying I'll never do it again, but I just come to the realization, it's that, better to move on, I guess. Not necessarily move on, but I like it, but at the same time I don't. So that's where it comes. And yeah. There was something else I was going to say, but I've always been a person that likes to move around and like go do things. And I've noticed when I've done a lot of music, you just always sit around and stuff, and just not my type of style, basically. You know what I mean? And also, like, I do like music, but I don't like doing music. I don't like doing anything really for hours on end. Like, yeah, I could, but I don't like it. And then again, you're usually sitting and stuff, and or it involves technology. And I kind of like want to get away from that, basically, is at the end. At the end of the day. Sorry, my brain's not working like super clear. I need to probably eat something. Like, it's not working bad, but I know it's not at its best, and I knew it was this before, was going to be this was going to be somewhat of a result before. But I did want to come and say this. I filmed the video like once or twice before, but this is the first time pretty much flies been on me all freaking year round. But I just feel like, you know, I'd never felt music was going to be everything and all everything. I do like it because I'm probably the loudest person you ever meet. That being said, it depends who I'm around. And it's not because I feel comfortable or not. People steal my energy, or it's not worth expending my energy on certain things. It seems like I'm calm, which I am calm. I'm actually very calm. But I'm super loud. I'm usually the loudest person. But most people around me are miserable energy vampires. You get the whole 9 yards. They basically take energy from me. And another thing about music is I love doing it. You know, I don't really like playing instruments that much. Because you have to sit. And I don't like, a lot of instruments don't feel comfortable when you hold them at all. Especially, yeah, I'm not going to get too much into that. But it's the same thing again. And I just love like the vocals and stuff, and doing stuff like freestyling and being raw. Like, I just love like raw live stuff. I don't really like the whole act of rehearsing. It's not really a fan of me. I mean, and you can say it's not because I don't want to rehearse or anything like that. It's not that. It's just the whole recording process and going through electricity. A lot of things are done through electricity, which is fine. It's just like, again, I'm not really listening to music anymore. And yeah. I'm not saying I couldn't do it, because I believe I could always do anything. I believe anybody can do anything, actually. I always believe this. This is something you probably should believe too, if you haven't or don't. I always believe this, even since I was a little kid. And I'm not going to keep getting into the music aspect, because I really want to challenge myself, and I thought music would be the biggest thing to basically almost escape slavery in my mind, and to challenge me, the biggest thing to challenge me, because I'm not musically talented at all. Never. But I spent so much time, I became good at it. And yeah, so the whole point of this is go to my other channel, Snapcracklefizzle, and I'm going to be having like a whole array of things on there. Again, everything's going to be on there. The discussions, like maybe what I eat, stretching videos, and just, you know, talks, again, as you've seen on this channel. But it really wasn't on this channel prominently, or even at all, non-existent almost, because I was going to do the other channel for music, but I'm not going to be doing that anymore. So if you wonder why there's not really content or going to be any, it's because it's going to be on my other channel. That's basically all I want to say. Yeah, this video is way too long for this, pretty much, so I just wanted to say that basically, and it's all going to be on my other channel. So have a nice day.